What do you got? Lay it on me.
I don't
Yes.
I don't know how exactly to articulate this in the best way.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go full force. Someone in my life died recently, and so I had to go to a funeral for this person. Well, like one of the viewing services.
Yeah.
A couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And like, rest in peace to my boy. I feel very terrible. But I have like a phobia of like dead bodies.
So not just like dead things, just dead people.
I mean, and dead animals. Just like, if you're dead, I'm scared of you.
Okay, so dead carcass. Got it.
That's so.
I'm sorry that's morbid, but like,
Rest in peace to my man, but now you're like a dead carcass. Shut up. And now I'm scared of you.
oh my god.
No, but like, I went up, and so, you know, like, you do your thing when, you know, you go to like one of the memorial viewing services,
Yeah.
and, you know, you sign your name on a card, on a book, and then you wait in line and shit, and then you know, introduce yourself to the family, and it's always weird because you don't know what the fuck to say at those things. Like, hey, sorry, I know you've heard this like 73 billion bajillion times, but like, sorry, dude.
All right, and then it's kind of awkward because it's like you have like people like, oh, they're in a better place, or like really sad, inconsolably crying people, and you're just like, what do I do?
Oh yeah, and these guys were like, oh, all good, like, and I think they were just like numb to it, at least to me. Like, I'd be fucking numb as hell. But you know, I make it up to my guy, and I look at him, and like, I felt so bad thinking it, but I was like, this bitch looks like one of them wax figures. It's just, he was like, he was like in his 70s, and he had like a lot of extra makeup on and stuff, and I'm just like, we could literally prop this man up at fucking Madame Tussauds, and he would just like blend right in.
And I mean, unfortunately, what you said, he was sick too.
Yes, he was very sick. So I understand why the makeup was there, but like, if my boy was wheeled in to Madame Tussauds, he would fit in, which made me think about the fact.
Yes.
On my way home, I remember in second grade being like terrified of wax figures. And I realized this because I'm pretty sure it was in second or third grade. My dad essentially kidnapped me from my grandparents to take me to Gettysburg.
Oh, I do remember you telling me this story.
Okay.
Like,
So,
briefly, maybe some points.
So,
But it sounds familiar.
if y'all don't know what Gettysburg is a city, and Abraham Lincoln made a speech there. Y'all ever heard of the Gettysburg Address? 77 years ago. I like the slaves, and I want them to live their own life. That Gettysburg. And my grandparents were going to take me on a fishing trip.
Not to Gettysburg.
Not to Gettysburg, because, you know, my grandpa had cancer, and they were like, hey, Carly's dad, we would like to take Carly on a fishing trip in the woods with her other cousins that she doesn't really know. So, like, you should drive her up here, and we're going to go on, like, this camping fishing trip for, like, 2 weeks. Just us grandparents and our grandchildren in an RV. And my dad said, cool, I'll drive her up there. And he picked me up, and we went the other direction and went to Gettysburg. And he's like, yeah, Grandma and Grandpa changed their minds. He lied.
He lied to you.
He lied. And then he said, this is also going to be more educational anyways, and you're going to remember this trip for the rest of your life.
Damn.
You want to know what I remember from that trip?
Not a whole lot.
Swimming in a motel pool with a kid with webbed hands and feet. And we also went to his family's hotel room to watch Samurai Jack. And also going to a museum with a bunch of presidential wax figures and getting scared and almost shitting my pants at wax Abraham Lincoln.
I mean, wax figures are scary. So that's valid.
Wax Abraham Lincoln?
Probably terrifying.
My God. I feel like I had nightmares And then I went to the fucking motel and met Web Feet Kid and was like, y'all see the fucking wax museum with Abraham Lincoln in it? He was scary. And then we played Marco Polo in the
pool,
in the fucking dirty ass motel pool.
Ugh.
And watched Samurai Jack while eating popcorn with our little grubby fingers.
Yeah, that's super educational sounding.
The worst part about that entire trip is I don't even remember the Web Feet kid's name. I just remember we were there for like a week. And we met this random ass kid who, you know, was moteling with his family.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember him telling me that he had webbed hands and feet. And he showed me and he had webbed hands and feet. It's like a birth defect. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool.
That's kind of cool.
And then he was like, I can swim so fast because I have webbed hands and feet.
Dude, I believe it.
And he would swim so fast. Oh my gosh, I thought I fell in love that day. I was like, I am going to marry this webbed hands and feet kid. So, hey, if you know anybody who went to Gettysburg in the year 2001, I think it was, and you know a kid with webbed hands and feet, tell him I'm thinking about him. Speaking of having webbed hands and feet, hey guys, welcome to the 18th inaugural episode of the Between the Virgins podcast. My name is Carly.
My name is Amanda.
And our third host today is wax figures of Abraham Lincoln with webbed feet. But yeah, dude, wax figures are terrifying.
Oh my God. Speaking of wax figures, can I tell you a story?
No.
No?
We're actually ending the episode right here.
Wow.
Thank you guys for coming to the
Bye,
18th.
guys.
No, what's up?
Okay, so it's topical. So wax figures, right? So before, you know, you had to have a passport to get into Canada.
Yes.
When Mikey and I were younger, we went to Niagara Falls with my parents.
Okay.
Also, belated happy birthday, Mikey. It was May 1st.
Happy birth.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Shut up,
birth.
podcast.
Happy birth, Mikey. You're born and you lived.
8 years old. He's an old man.
We're not holding a funeral for you yet.
I would hope not. Jesus.
Okay, so
Anyway, so we went to Niagara Falls, the Canada side. I don't remember a whole lot of things about that trip, but there are very specific things that I do remember.
Sure.
So, and my parents, I'm sure they have pictures somewhere. So, Mom, if you're listening to this podcast, find these pictures so I have the proof to back it up. Thanks. Anyways, so, you know, we were in Niagara Falls. We saw the waterfall. Like, there was some other stuff we did, but the one of the things that I remember is, firstly, there was a set of railroad tracks we had to cross, and there was like a thunderstorm coming. I don't remember where we were trying to get to, but my brother dropped his sunglasses, and like us being children, we thought we were gonna die on the railroad tracks because he dropped his sunglasses. So we're like freaking out because a thunderstorm's coming. You know, you're like a kid. You're just like, oh my God, is there a train coming?
Yeah.
Is there a thunderstorm? So that sticks out in my brain. One. And number two, wax figures. So I, again, specifics I don't remember, but we were going through and it was like celebrity wax figures or like famous scenes type deal.
Yeah, like
There
a
was,
like a Madame Tussauds.
Yeah, there was like a E.T. I think there was like a Star Wars, other stuff. But all I remember is that it was really creepy and it freaked us out. And I don't remember if they were specifically called chicken exits or like it was something my dad made up.
Okay.
But we went out one of the chicken exits because I got really scared and didn't want to be in there anymore because they were freaking me out.
No.
So, yeah. Oh, no. Wax figures. I get it. They're creepy.
Oh my God, they're creepy as hell. And like, you ever see that movie House of Wax?
I have not actually.
Okay. I watched it in middle school, and there are a few things in my life that have very much sculpted, I guess, my fears and phobias. A good majority of them are from film. One of them is Final Destination 3 with the tanning bed scene. And my mother, who had a
Yeah.
And my mother, who had her own tanning bed in the basement that was very similar to the tanning beds that were in Final Destination 3. You know, spoiler alert for Final Destination 3 and trigger warning for tanning bed death. Those girls died in the tanning bed. The glass at the bottom of their tanning beds broke through.
Oh God.
And then the beds caught on fire. So as like a middle schooler, like in 8th grade, my parents and my brother and I my parents wanted to take a family trip to Daytona Beach. And my mom was like, okay, you know, we're in paste country. Yeah. So y'all need to get into the tanning bed and like give yourself like a base tan a little bit.
Base tan to build off of so you don't just get crispy.
Right. I can't tell you how many times I was in the tanning bed. I would be a fucking statue kid.
Statue kid?
In this tanning bed because I would be afraid if I made like the slightest move, I would break the tanning bed. Now, mind you, as I know I talk about being a plus size woman on this podcast, I was a very tiny child in 7th grade. I was like, you know, 4'8", 4'10", like 120 pounds. I was a tiny little stick. But in my head, I was like, if those skinny girls in Final Destination 3 fell through the tanning bed and the tanning bed caught on fire, I'm going to fall through the tanning bed and get caught on fire as a 7th grader.
You're like, this can happen to me.
So I'm laying there, statue kid, like freaking out, praying for Peter Brady to save me from the basement. Callback. Praying for
Peter Brady.
Praying for Peter Brady to save me from this tanning bed and cleaning the litter box. And literally the tanning bed that my mom had like a timer on it. So like she would put it on for like, it wasn't even anything crazy. It was like maybe 8 to 10 minutes. And that tanning bed beep would go off and all the lights would go off at once. It would go boom, and it would like make me
power down.
Yeah, it would like make me jump like so hard, and I'd pull up the top of the fucking tanning bed and literally run out. I would run out of that tanning bed.
You're like running out of the basement. I gotta get out of here.
You know, like, I'm good now, Mom. I'm good. Like, I'm done tanning. Oh my God. Like, my mom loved her fucking tanning bed. I hated that thing. I still fucking hate it. But yeah, tanning beds and fucking House of Wax. That's my main point of talking about this.
Is that the one? I don't know because I haven't seen the movie, but like, is that the one with Paris Hilton?
It is the one with Paris Hilton.
Doesn't her like face melt off or something?
Yeah,
or something weird like
that.
The
movie now, like looking at it, the movie is so camp. Like it's not great. But for little like 6th grade me or some like middle schooler me, that shit was fucking terrifying.
I'm sure.
Yeah, like there was, oh my God, Paris Hilton, obviously, icon of the film. We got Paris Hilton. I think Jared Padalecki's in that movie. Chad Michael Murray's in that movie. There's a character that plays Chad Michael Murray's sister whose name is Carly. I do remember that because I was like, that's me. Oh my God, that's me in House of Wax. That's why I wanted to watch it. And then, you know, I got scared of wax and wax figures and shit. But yeah, like there's some like wax figures that aren't too bad. Like some of them just kind of look like disproportionate. But I think for me, like the scariest fucking wax figure was Abraham fucking Lincoln.
I mean, you were a child. I'm sure all of them looked terrifying.
Abraham fucking Lincoln was terrifying as a wax figure. I was just afraid he was like gonna get up or something and be like, "Ooga booga, bitch."
I mean,
did you read the Gettysburg Address?
No,
like,
as a child, like real fear. I was like, I don't want this thing coming out and moving or something. Isn't it rational? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Was I still scared shitless? Absolutely.
Yeah, that's how I feel about like in my brain, my irrational fear of wax figures and my irrational fear of dead people are
it's the makeup thing.
One in the same. Speaking of being weird and being a wax figure,
yeah.
You have some gripes.
I have some gripes.
You have some gripes. You told me about these gripes and you said, I don't want to talk about it too much. I want to talk about it on the podcast. You have gripes with one Power Rangers.
Okay, I wouldn't necessarily say I have a gripe with
You
a
have a
singular
vendetta.
Power Ranger.
You have a vendetta against the Power Rangers right now.
I mean, it's not really a vendetta either. So, okay, so did you grow up watching Power Rangers or not?
Absolutely not.
You did. So you did not at all.
The only absorption I had of Power Rangers was number one. I think my cousins watched it.
Mm-hmm.
My brother and I did not.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, when I would go to, my mom used to work at a chiropractic office,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like every time I would get dropped off at the chiropractic office, whether it was because I got let out early at school and I had no babysitter, or because I had an appointment at this chiropractic office, there was fucking Power Rangers playing. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
And you're like, what's a Power Ranger?
Why do their mouths move? Like, that was my weirdest thing. I was like, why do their mouths move? Like, they're moving around like, oh. Like, and I remember it being so dramatic because, you know, you have no facial expressions
Yup.
in your mask.
Yup.
And so they would be like, oh. Oh, my, ow. That hurt. And I'm like, what? Oh, I can't see it in your face. So you gotta flail around like a little tuna
You
fish.
gotta act with your body.
You gotta flail around like a salmon who went the wrong way on down the creek.
fish out of water.
And you're like, whoa! So that's my my absorption of Power Rangers.
Okay, so I get to school you today.
You do get to school me
Cool.
today.
All right, so the Power Rangers.
So tell me what the fuck the Power Rangers are.
Okay, so I kind of know, I mean, I know a decent amount about the Power Rangers just because, so my cousin and I are a year apart.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I mean, still today, honestly, so he's on the spectrum, the autism spectrum, but
Yes.
that was very much one of his special interests.
Sure.
So, I obviously grew up knowing a lot about the Power Rangers. My mom did not want my brother and I to watch Power Rangers because she thought it was too violent. But sorry, Mom, we watched Power Rangers anyways.
Right.
So basically, the Power Rangers. So for context, it is literally as old as we are. Like, the OG Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That was like the first series to come out. You know, originated in Japan and then of course got translated into English and then formed for American television and all of that fun stuff.
Yes.
But it premiered on our screens August 28th, 1993 on Fox Kids. So
I'm older than Power Rangers.
yes, you are older than Power Rangers. But I don't know what it is. Just as a kid, like you just hear the riff like that, and you were just like, yeah, Power Rangers, let's go.
Yeah.
Like you just get excited. It's like you hear the riff, and then you know you hear Rita Repulsa, who is like the big bad in the first season. After 10,000 years, I'm free. Like coming out of her space trash can. Like that's the first thing you hear. So it's just like, let's go. So basically, in the words of the lovely robot, Mr. Alpha 5, I love him. He's adorable. Like, if you see clips of Power Rangers, you'll see him.
He's the R2D2 of the Power Rangers.
He kind of is.
Universe.
He kind of is. He's adorable. We love him.
Okay.
But yeah, so Zordon is basically the floating head man if you've ever seen any of the clips.
So he's like the Wizard of Oz.
He's like the Wizard of Oz.
Okay,
and
cool.
he's like, Alpha, I need you to assemble me a team of teenagers with attitude. So they
literally say they want teenagers.
Yes.
That's a little pedophilia of him. Why not get adults with jobs? He's like, I want them fresh.
No, they need the teenagers with attitude.
I want fresh and ripe teenagers.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding.
Oh my god. So basically the OG series runs for 3 seasons, right?
Yes.
So we set it up with season 1. So here we go. Let me find.
We're doing a whole fucking retrospect.
I am giving you the information. I gotta set up the timeline because it's important for when I get into the movie that I watched. Like I think it's like 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay.
It's important. I have to set the scene because it leads into it. I promise.
Okay.
I promise.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are. Season 1. It takes place where everything mainly takes place is called Angel Grove, California.
Okay.
It'd help if I could talk.
Cali girls.
Yes. Cali girls and boys. So, astronauts, like I said in the cutscene, they basically discover Rita Repulsa in her space trash can.
Yeah.
She breaks out of the trash can and is like, all right, I'm going to do my shit. I'm free. She's been in the trash can for 10,000 years. And so she's going to take her army of evil space aliens and trying to take over the planet. And the nearest planet, obviously, was Earth.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
what brings her to Earth.
We love feminism.
She's like, I just want to rule. It's fine.
Uh-huh.
So basically, Zordon was her enemy. He captured her back in the day. So he's like, okay, now I need people to. It's literally he wants Alpha to select 5 teenagers with attitude. That's literally his word. So the team of 5.
I want some
5 of the kids,
submissive and breedable.
Carly!
I'm kidding. Okay.
God!
Zordon wants some sexy hot teenagers.
So bad.
He wants some sexy hot teenagers to buy ice cream for, and in exchange, they have to save the world.
Oh my god.
So, who are these teenagers?
So these teenagers are Jason, Kimberly, Zach, Trini, and Billy. Those are the OG 5.
Okay.
Those are the OG 5.
Okay.
So they are called. They get their little. What the hell are they called?
Megazords.
They turn into a Megazord.
Oh, they turn into.
So the Megazord is basically like the big robot dude. So they each have their
Zords. There's Zords.
See, you follow.
There's Zords until they evolve into the Megazord.
Yes, they're individual Zords all fit together, and then they form the big robot.
Is that
the
when
Megazord.
they're like a T-Rex Zord?
Yeah, they're all called. They all have their own original Zords.
Tiger Zord.
You know what?
Is that one like the Bird Zord?
So yeah, so they each are called and have their own Zord, and then the Zords combine to the Megazord.
Okay.
Dropping my phone. So specifics. Okay, so Jason is the OG Red Ranger.
Yes.
So he wields the Power Sword, and he pilots the Tyrannosaurus Dinozord.
Oh, okay, so this is the dinosaurs.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
Dinozords.
yes, they each have like different ones. Dinosaurs.
These motherfuckers were genius. Dinosaurs.
And then Zach is the original Black Power Ranger, and he's technically like the team's second in command. So like Jason's seen as the leader, and Zach is seen as like number 2.
Question.
Yes.
Was Zach black?
Yes, Zach was black.
Figures.
It was made in 1993.
Of course they made the black guy the Black Zord.
I didn't do the casting,
I know
man.
you didn't.
I just watched the show. I'm just giving you the facts.
I'm just saying. What if he likes other colors?
They could have given him another color. That's not my call,
That was rude. Anyways.
That was rude. But no, Zach's great. So he wields the power axe as like his weapon, and then he pilots the Mastodon Dinozord.
Okay.
And then there's Billy. He's the blue Power Ranger.
He was the nerd.
Yes, Billy was the nerd. Very smart. The glasses. So Billy was the blue Power Ranger.
Yes.
He was actually one of the characters that was on long running on the show for the most, because he appeared in a couple other seasons of Power Rangers, because after like Mighty Morphing, it turns, I want to say, into Power Rangers Zeo, but I have to double check my facts on that. Oh, you're just like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but okay. Yeah, so Billy, what does he have again? I don't remember. So he wields the Power Lance for his weapons, and then he has the Triceratops Dinozord.
Okay.
And then Trini is the yellow Power Ranger. So what?
Is Trini the Asian one?
Yes.
Of course they'd make her the Yellow Ranger. What?
I didn't say it was right. I didn't say it was right. I didn't make the casting color choices. I feel bad.
No, it's not. You don't have a reason to feel bad. I just am like, this is a product of 1993.
This is a product of
They make the
1993.
black guy the Black Ranger. They make the Asian lady the Yellow Ranger. And then the other, because I remember Kimberly, the Pink Ranger. Of course, they're like, well, there's another girl.
There's another girl, so she's the Pink Ranger.
She's pink because pink is a girl
Pink is a girl color, right.
Anyways, I'm sorry. That's a
No,
hijack.
you're okay.
So, Miss Trini, Miss Yellow Ranger.
Yes, she had the saber-toothed tiger dinosaur, and she wielded the power daggers. We talked about Kimberly. She was the Pink Ranger, and she wields the power bow and the pterodactyl dinosaur.
And she was the one that all of them fell in love with.
She was the one that I think like Tommy and her kind of had a thing, but didn't really have a thing. But,
Tommy, you didn't mention a Tommy.
Tommy is the Green Ranger. So he... Okay,
you said
so
5.
There were 5. But yes, Tommy makes 6. So Tommy comes into play because Rita Repulsa is basically like, I need you to infiltrate the team. So she made him, I can't remember if he was the White Ranger first and then the Green Ranger or if it was vice versa.
Okay.
But basically, no, I think he was the Green Ranger first because she like did some freaky mind control weird stuff.
Okay.
So, like, you could kind of see he was, like, possessed in some of the episodes, like, the early episodes, until they're all just like, yeah, we combine and we're a team. And he's basically like, fuck you, Rita. I'm not your minion. And he's like, I just want to have friends and be a good guy. So, we stand Tommy. Tommy's great. R.I.P.
Rest in peace,
Very
Tommy.
sad.
So, yeah. So, all of these guys are fighting Rita Repulsa.
Yes.
So, how does this tie in with the movie?
So, basically... in the movie, the OG team, obviously everybody's there trying to fight Rita Repulsa.
Yes.
Because
all these old heads, all these no longer...
Dude, yeah, they're like in their like 40s and 50s still fucking being Power Rangers.
No longer teenagers with attitude.
No longer teenagers with attitude. So basically, the movie that came out this year was called Mighty Morphing Power Rangers Once and Always. It was a basically released to Netflix special.
Okay.
So I watched it a couple weeks ago, and some people might hate my opinion, but I don't really care. I really wanted it to be good. I really wanted it to be good, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I watched it for the nostalgia factor, but I didn't like it.
Yo.
So basically the story with this is, you know, they got everybody trying to fight Rita Repulsa because she returns.
Right.
Billy was trying to bring Zordon back. So Billy basically grew up and became like this huge tech dude.
Of course. Fucking nerd.
So he's trying to, I don't remember the specifics, but like basically resurrect Zordon from the void, and something like overpowers and Rita Repulsa leaks through and she possesses Alpha, and then she basically turns into Robo Rita Repulsa.
Rita in space.
Rita in space, but on Earth, yes.
See, I love a hardworking woman. She just said, I am going to fucking slay the Earth, and I'm going to serve cunt while doing it, while also possessing people.
I mean, she didn't possess people, but
she possessed a robot.
She possessed Alpha and then became Robo Rita Repulsa.
Did Alpha have?
I needed a body, and I'm just gonna jack his robot body. Thanks.
Cool. All right. So okay.
Yes.
All that happens.
Is
the whole gang there?
The whole gang is there. So it kind of starts with an opening cutscene, right? So everybody's there, including Tommy. Which I was like, oh, he's in the movie for like 5 seconds. That's cool. Mm-hmm. So, you know, you got your opening scene. They're all fighting Rita Repulsa, and she's got a couple of her baddies there. I don't remember their names, but that's fine. It's not really important. She's got her little putty dudes, which are like these dudes that just are basically clay fighting dudes. They're called putties. You kick them out and they like explode and turn into rocks, and it's stupid. Mm-hmm. But so she has them. So basically, the point of the story in the beginning is that Trini dies in battle. Mm-hmm. So Rita has like this fancy, what the heck is it? I don't know. But like, so she's powering up and she's trying to kill Billy because he's in her sight. And so Trini jumps in front of him to save him, and she gets vaporized. So you basically got like the acting. I equated it to soap opera acting. Like, it's just bad.
I love that.
It's
Honestly,
bad. The next scene you jump into, it's just like, yeah, you got your 50-year-old men here in the living room, and Trini has a kid, and then you have Billy like, how are we gonna explain to her that Rita Repulsa killed her mom? And then you see the kid walk in, and it's just like this body flail of like her bags falling and like the deadpan stare, and she just walks away. I'm just like, that was horrible. That was so bad. I'm like, and a 50-year-old man keeping a straight face. Rita Repulsa. Like, dude, come on.
That slays.
So essentially you have like throughout the rest of the film, it's like Rita trying to steal the Rangers' life forces. She's got these two baddies. It's one's like a snake dude. And then so it's the snake guy's name is Robo Snizzard because he's a snake. And then Robo Minotaur.
Snizzard.
So like he does this thing where it's like, I don't remember if he shoots venom or whatever, but like they get wrapped up in snakes and they get shrunk down to size. And she's trying to store all the Rangers and steal their power because she wants to go back in time and basically warn her old self on and just give her information like who the Power Rangers are, just to give her the information that she has now so she can kind of take everybody out.
Yeah.
And basically save herself a lot of trouble. So she, in the beginning, it's like she gets Tommy and she gets Kimberly and she gets Jason. So that's kind of like, obviously, Amy Jo, the original Pink Ranger, did not come back for the movie. And obviously we know that Jason David Frank passed away. So obviously he was not in the project.
And
either.
also Trini's not in the movie.
Yes, I don't remember how she passed away, but she passed away as well.
She died in a car crash.
In a car crash?
8 days before 9/11.
How do you know this?
I just Googled it.
You just Googled it.
Thank you, Gene Oogle.
Thank you, Gene Oogle. But yeah. So obviously none of them have parts in the movie.
Well, I mean, Trini died, so she did posthumously have a part in the movie.
Yes, she did have a part in the movie. So it's essentially just, Zach takes custody of her kid.
Okay, Zach, you slay.
And then the rest of this time, like, she's like, I want to help. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like, and just being really whiny and annoying. Like, I get it. As a teenager, you're whiny and annoying. But I'm just like, I don't like this kid. And then, of course, every chance she gets, she jabs it at Billy. She's like, well, you're the reason my mom is dead. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, dude, you don't think Mans feels guilty enough? Like,
shut up. They really said.
She really did.
They really said, you killed my mom, bitch. You're going to do what I want because you killed my mom, bitch. Holy shit. I will say, I do love when, movies or books or shows or whatever write really good characters that you don't like, that they're made to not, they are written, created, incepted for you to not like that bitch.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think that, I have not seen the movie.
Don't.
Good to know.
Don't.
But
yeah,
I don't think it's their intention to make her unlikable. Which is why
it probably
it's so
wasn't
funny.
It probably wasn't. Like, her name is Min, but I'm just like, dude, I just don't like you. And then of course, like she's like, I just want to help. I've been training all year and blah 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 blah. And like Zach's like, dude, you're not ready. Like, you're not ready. So, Rita continues forward with her plan. And so basically at like Billy's tech headquarters or whatever the heck it's supposed to be, they have like the lower level as still like the Power Rangers basically base. So that's where he's got all his stuff, and that's where this new version of Alpha, like Alpha 9, is. And so Alpha initiates the Bandora protocol, which is alerting all the Power Ranger teams throughout the universe that Rita is having her putties go out and just trying to get all the Rangers she can to power up her little system so she can travel back in time. So they're all going and trying to band together and make things work. And eventually they get to the point where, they break into Rita's base and they have everybody together. And this really pivotal scene, Because Min's just like, I just want help. And like in the midst of it, she steals, I think it's Billy's car, and it's just this whole big mess.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so like she's really just going all out. But I mean, there was one cool scene that I did like at the end where she gets knocked back, and she essentially becomes worthy of her mom's, I don't remember if they're called power crystals or whatever the heck they are, like the technical terms, but like she becomes worthy and her thing starts to glow, and like she gets all of the memories of like her mom being on the team and all that, and like has like flashbacks. And so then she in turn becomes the new Yellow Ranger, and they power up and they're just like, yeah, and they kick Rita's ass and everybody gets a happy ending.
Well, there we go.
And that's the movie.
Okay. So, Trini dies. Kid's annoying. They rectify the situation. Robo Rita's dead. Everybody's happy. Do they retire at the end?
No, they're still Power Rangers.
Oh. They're going to be old Power Rangers.
I mean, I guess being a Power Ranger doesn't really technically have an age limit. And I mean, it tries to follow, you know, like I said, the continuity of Mighty Morphin, because it's just like, oh, it's the OG team. But there are so many different sectors and seasons of Power Rangers. It's kind of ridiculous.
Isn't there like an aquarium season?
An aquarium season?
Like, isn't there one where they're all like fish?
I don't know. Let me consult Gene Oogle and I can tell you in 1 second.
Neat. Gene Oogle, hit it.
It's time for Gene Oogle. It's time for Gene Oogle.
Okay, I found it. So, there is the OG Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. There is Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers that came out in 96. Power Rangers Zeo, which I briefly remember because Billy was still in that, came out in 96. Power Rangers Turbo, 97. Power Rangers in Space. Power Rangers Lost Galaxy in 99. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue in 2000. Power Rangers Time Force. Power Rangers Wild Force in 2002. Power Rangers Ninja Storm, where they were all ninjas, in 2003. Power Rangers Dino Thunder in 2004. Power Rangers SPD. I think that's the space one.
Space Police Department.
Probably.
Do we have to ACAB Power Rangers?
But wait, there's more.
No!
There's Power Rangers Mystics Force in 06. Power Rangers Operation Overdrive in 2007. Power Rangers Jungle Fury in 2008. Power Rangers RPM in 2009. Power Rangers Samurai and Super Samurai from 2011 to 2012. Power Rangers Mega Force and Super Force from 2013 to 2014. Power Rangers Dino Charge and Dino Supercharge in 2015 and 2016. Power Rangers Ninja Steel and Super Ninja Steel 2017 through 2018. Power Rangers Beast Morphers, which I've never even heard of that. I didn't think they were still going, from 2019 to 2020, and Power Rangers Dino Fury, which started in 2001 or 2021.
How do they have so many ideas to do Power Rangers? Like, what else can you do? I mean, I'm sure they can make new enemies.
There's only so many times you can recycle the same stuff.
There's so many times. There's only so many times that you can morph. When will they morph their last morph?
Dude, I don't know.
What will they mega their last Zord?
I don't know. And fun fact, like, this is very random. So in like 2010, I just remember, because, you know, I had younger cousins and we would watch stuff.
Right.
So they remastered some of the Mighty Morphin episodes. Like, I think it's like the first 30 episodes or so.
Okay.
They remastered them for like ABC Kids or whatever the heck it was at the time. Basically, they just added like comic book cutscenes, like drawn pages in there, and like pow, and effects like that, and they remastered it and re-released it. And they're like, here you go, here's some new content, and we're gonna roll out some new toys to make some more money.
Well, that's literally, I feel like a big part of Power Rangers is its toys. It's the toys. I mean, just like Transformers.
Dude, yeah, like my cousin, like I said, he had so many because that was like his jam. Like the Megazords and all of it. I'm like, I just want my little power cord or whatever so I can be like, pterodactyl! Like,
yeah, because I'm sure that was cool. Like,
that was cool. But that was kind of what I was disappointed about, because I'm like, in the, you know, once and always, I'm just like, I'm just like, yeah, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. And they did it so they could morph. And then it's like Billy comes up and he's just like, and that's like the level of energy that he has.
He said, I'm so fucking tired of this shit.
He's like, I'm one note through the entire thing. And I was like, I'm so sad for this because I expected more.
He's like, I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Pterodactyl.
Dude, the way he was literally like delivering stuff, it was one note. I'm like, I'm disappointed. I could feel that you probably didn't want to come back for this, but come on, man. Because it wasn't even like cheesy. It was cheesy, but I'm just like, it wasn't like the nostalgia that I wanted. I'm just kind of like, this is just bad acting. It's not even endearing.
Yeah.
And then you just got Zach eating everything up here, and I was like, at least good for you, Zach.
Good for you, Zach. Eating everything and living your life and having a child.
But yeah, so now you've been info dumped about the Power Rangers.
I love that. I love an info dump. Am I going to remember the majority of this? No.
Am I? Probably not either, because I had to refresh myself, but it was still fun.
Yeah. I mean, I love it, learning a new thing. Well, hey, speaking of morphing.
Yeah.
The Met Gala happened.
The Met Gala did happen this week.
Oh, man. And you said that you have opinions.
You know what? I do. Apparently, I have a lot of opinions this episode.
Yeah. She has so many opinions, y'all.
I can talk, guys, when I'm passionate about things. Sometimes my words are jumbled in my brain and it takes me a minute to get them out, but
yeah,
it's cool.
I mean, I think that's almost everybody.
Yes.
The Met Gala happened. So the Met Gala theme this year was for Carl Bitchfeld.
What? I don't think that's his name.
Carl Bitchfeld.
Carl Lagerfeld?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you say his name, but
Carl, I don't really care.
He was a designer, and that's all we know, and he is dead.
Yes. So, just to kind of give you an idea about Karl Lagerfeld, because I know before this, I was kind of giving some shit and everything, like before we started recording. So, I'm referencing this article in, from the New York Times that kind of explains some things about Karl Lagerfeld as to why he's like very controversial.
Okay, because I'll be honest, I was like, I don't know anything about this man at all.
So basically, the best way I can summarize it, Karl Lagerfeld, first off, was a designer with multiple well-known fashion houses.
Okay.
But he really made his mark when he started working with Chanel in the 80s.
Okay.
So the big thing with Karl Lagerfeld is the fact that he's made like a lot of very controversial hot takes about women in general.
Ew, okay.
About fat people. Hey guys, editor Carly here. We're going to be talking about some pretty triggering stuff that Karl Lagerfeld has said. So if you want to fast forward to 46 minutes and 10 seconds, you can avoid the entire conversation. So, like, for example, he had like a really long history of making really derogatory comments against sexual assault survivors and immigrants.
I don't like that.
And fat people. In 2018, this article in The Cut references it, said that Karl said that he was fed up with the Me Too movement, saying, quote, "What shocks me most in all of this are the starlets who have taken 20 years to remember what happened. If you don't want your pants pulled about, don't become a model. Join a nunnery. There'll always be a place for you in the convent. They're recruiting even."
What the fuck?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
He also once called Adele, quote, "a little too fat," and Heidi Klum too heavy.
Jesus, dude.
And said also that Pippa Middleton should only show her back, and that Coco Chanel wasn't ugly enough to be a feminist.
What? Dude, what the fuck are you? Oh my god.
In 2010, he had model Claudia Schiffer. She had her in blackface with an afro wig.
Dude.
And he made bizarre
No.
anti-immigrant comments on a French show evoking the Holocaust.
And y'all are just honoring this man.
Yeah, and in response to Angela Merkel's decision to open Germany's borders to Syrian refugees, he said, "One cannot, even if there are decades between them, kill millions of Jews so you can bring millions of their worst enemies in their place."
Damn.
So the moment that I saw that it was
Wow.
a Karl Lagerfeld event, I was like, "What the fuck? That guy?
I don't like that.
That guy?"
I don't like that at all.
But they passed it, and so Karl Lagerfeld's aesthetic essentially was the whole the black and white aesthetic with the pearls, and just he talked about things like how fat people would never wear he would not want fat people to wear his clothes. He hated the color pink. That was his least favorite color. So on the runway, that is why for the Met Gala this year you did not see a lot of color. A lot of the color, I mean, you'd see black, you'd see white. There were people who essentially protested the event. They were invited and they're gonna go, but they wore pink to the event.
Oh yeah, yep.
And so you'd see that in a couple things. I know a couple people wore red because Carl did not like red either. But then there were some people that were sucking Karl Lagerfeld's dick from the grave. Like Lily Collins's dress. Lily Collins, the train of her dress, big fat says Carl on the back of it. And I liked Lily's dress until I saw that, and I was like, bye.
That's a no from me.
Bye.
Dog.
So, I hope that's helpful as to what was going on with the Met Gala this year. And
That definitely gives me more context, because I was like, I don't know who this guy is.
Right. So, with that, do you have was there a particular look that you were like, wow, like essentially you were wowed by? Also, mind you guys, we're not fashion experts. We're just talking about how things are cool and things are
we just
not.
like the way people dress. I know we've talked about other, award shows and things in the past, but I'm just like, I don't know. I just feel like the Met Gala is just iconic. And I was like, some stuff I'm like, ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Other stuff I'm like, that's okay. So I was kind of just looking through some of the best dressed outfits.
Okay.
I really liked Billie Eilish's fit. I thought that was really cool. She's got the whole black and lacy stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
She just looks very put together and just still cool and edgy.
Yeah, I think hers were really cool. I really love her her black pearled gloves, I think this is, and it looks like a kind of a corset bit underneath.
Yeah, I'm trying to zoom in and kind of just see the details. I'm the details are so cool.
Yeah.
I loved that. I thought that was really well done. Another one I really liked was Anne Hathaway's dress.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
Anne Hathaway, I am so gay for Anne Hathaway.
She's
Call
beautiful.
me a Hathaway bitch. Oh my god, I saw Anne Hathaway's look on Twitter and I was like,
just
holy
I can't tell if
shit.
it's crocheted, but it looks like this crocheted pearls and gold safety pins and stuff. And it just works.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway was wearing Versace and Bulgari that night. Oh,
it just works. It is a look. It is a fit. I loved it.
I would smooch her today.
You would smooch her today.
If she asked, oh my god, she's so beautiful. And
She
just
is so pretty.
the fucking, when I saw her photos, like the photos of her at the gala on Twitter, I literally was like, this is such like an ethereal moment. Is this like what love at first sight feels like? Because like, holy shit. Like,
Like,
so
I
good.
just saw the main photo. I was like, girl, look at you. Like, look at you.
Let's go, Hathagays. Let's go, Hathagays.
Anne Hathaway stands. I thought Penelope Cruz's dress was pretty. Like,
yeah, she was
it's by
cute.
Chanel. It's like, ooh, she and her little, like, sparkly little number with her little veil on.
Yeah, she was cute.
It's like, I liked that. I thought that was pretty. Let's see. What other ones stood out?
You want to know who I thought stood out?
Who did you think stood out?
Cardi B.
Cardi B. Oh my God, her like what balloon looking type deal. I couldn't really tell what was going on.
They kind of look like roses on like
I was like, I couldn't tell if they were roses.
skirt of the
or
dress.
What it was.
It kind of reminds me of like a feminized version of one of Janelle Monáe's looks, which I can't even talk. Anything Janelle Monáe does, I absolutely love. So yeah, that's another one of my picks is Janelle Monáe. But
Ooh.
yeah, Cardi's dress, like she just looks so beautiful.
The pose, she just looks so put together.
Yeah, she just
Beautiful.
it's so different from what she normally does, and like I mean Cardi always looks beautiful, but it's just like holy shit, like
Right, because I'm used to like seeing her obviously in different fashion. It's just like she just looks like she girl nailed it. Like she just looks so good. She just looks so good. Like,
another person on my list of people was Pedro Pascal and Valentino.
in them shorts.
Yeah, all of you guys oogling over his sexy knees.
I mean that's a little. I don't know how I felt about the shorts. Like I love the jacket. I thought the jacket was so cool.
What I loved about Pedro's look was okay. So I don't know if you noticed this, but if you had seen pictures or like videos of Pedro on the Met runway, essentially, did you see him flipping off the cameras?
No,
Okay.
I did not actually.
Well, here's the reason why. So,
Please tell me why.
Pedro Pascal was wearing Valentino,
Yeah.
which historically has been a huge competitor for Chanel, and also was a big rival for Karl Lagerfeld.
Okay.
Pedro got a bit of a Manny moment. He had a little bit of a manicure going on, and his middle fingers had the Valentino logo on them.
Okay, Pedro.
So he's flipping off the cameras and showing off the Valentino logo on his middle fingernail. And, you know, I'm not over here being a Pedro Pascal simpy head. I'm like, I see what everybody sees. That's Liz. But also, I'm over here in fantasy land with, you know, my people.
Like Harry Styles.
Oh, I was talking about the virtual people.
Oh, the virtual.
I'm over here in fantasy land with men I can't have.
Gotcha.
So, but even though like Harry Styles is also a man I cannot have, but I see it. I see it with Pedro Pascal. I get it. And
Yes.
so watching him on the carpet, and you know the ladies online oogling and boogling over these sexy knees. But to me, I was like, man, the second you guys find out of the story essentially behind it, was his look specifically my favorite? No. I fucking hate those shorts. I get it. Y'all like the sexy knees. Amazing. Not me. If they were pants, I would have been oogling boogling. But no, we got sexy knees and long socks. I love that for him. However, is it up high on my list because of the story and essentially like the way that he's kind of talked about in ways, the way he's talked about like his politics and all of that? is it making a statement without making too much of a statement, and therefore I love it. Yes,
absolutely.
Anyways,
oh my gosh, what was another one you really, really liked?
Man, you got me. Oh, see, there it is.
Yes, Pedro Pascal and his knees.
Kim Kardashian's look was really cool, but I have a vendetta against her from wearing that Marilyn Monroe dress.
You know what? That's valid.
Yeah, from wearing that Marilyn Monroe dress last year and then absolutely destroying it.
So, like, what is going on with Pete Davidson in this picture? Like,
so, yes.
Like, what is happening here?
Pete Davidson looking like a fucking Scooby-Doo crook.
Like, in his fucking bucket hat and gloves, just like hanging.
Yeah, Pete Davidson looking like a fucking Scooby-Doo crook. But I'm going to be 100% honest. I prefer that over every single one of those motherfuckers who just showed up in a black suit.
Yes.
Boo! Boo!
Like, I get it. But I'm just like,
Bradley Cooper showing up in just a black suit.
You don't look for the Met Gala for like basics.
Tom Ford showing up in a Tom Ford rack suit. You stink. You're smelly.
Oh my gosh, I don't. There was this one suit I saw. I don't remember the picture. I don't remember who was wearing it.
Yeah, but anybody who just showed up in a standard black suit, like fucking Bradley Cooper, I'm like that fucking fish in SpongeBob who's like, "Boo, you stink." That's me.
Oh my god, it was like a. I don't remember who was wearing it. It was like a blue and black rose suit. I was like, I love this.
That was Stormzy.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god, that was Stormzy. He's a British rapper. I love him so much. Oh, and then I saw that and I'm like, oh my god, like a beautiful man
so good.
Wearing this beautiful suit. Oh my god, slayed. Also, Doja Cat, she slayed.
Okay, but Simu Liu though, like, he got the fit.
Simu Liu did like an upgrade of the black suit, so therefore, Nobu, you do not stink.
Well, he made it look good. It's not like a basic, hey, I showed up in a suit.
And I think that was kind of like I don't want to say like a replica, but kind of like an homage to one of Karl Lagerfeld's like outfits that he would wear all the time. Mm-hmm. So I was like, it's cool, but also like,
hey,
boo,
yeah,
boo, Karl Lagerfeld.
Like not boo you, Simu, but it's fine.
Doja Cat,
yes,
Doja Cat. Looking like an alien. I love her.
I don't know. She's in her little phase right now.
I think she's paying homage to Karl Lagerfeld's cat. Which, speaking of, no praise for Jared Leto because he's fucking weird, but he showed up in a fucking cat.
Dude, yeah, I did see that. I was like,
that's slays, but also they revealed it was Jared Leto, and I was like,
yeah, no.
I now hate that.
What? What is your boy Jack Harlow wearing? Like, what even is this?
Jack... Literally every day he looks more and more like Mr. Tumnus from... Mr. Tumnus! Fucking... You can't look at that and tell me that's not Mr. Tumnus from Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That motherfucker's Mr. Tumnus.
Mr. Tumnus. No offense, Mr. Tumnus.
Ugh. Oh my god! Also, because I'm scrolling through the Vogue article, having like all their pictures and stuff.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Lil Nas X's controversial silver moment here. Do you have thoughts on the Lil Nas X silver moment?
You know what? I loved it, honestly.
See, I thought it was cool too, and then
it's different and it's out there, and I'm just like, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I thought it was cool, and like. You know, I understand why other people don't like it, but I was like, okay, cool.
But it's the Met Gala. That's the type of shit I expect from the Met Gala.
You know who's next on this list?
Who's next?
The president of Puerto Rico.
President of Puerto Rico, Bad Bunny!
The president of Puerto Rico, Bad Bunny, with his suit and his little, like, white floral train, and the back was cut out. Oh, my God. He's so handsome. He's
a good-looking dude.
He's so fucking handsome. Ugh.
Bad Bunny, Simp of the Week.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude, I'm dead serious.
All right, time to do it.
Hey, bitches. Are you ready to snap? Cause it's Simp of the Week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Simp of the Week. Bitch.
All right, guys. Yep, that was our Simp of the Week, Bad Bunny.
The president of Puerto Rico.
I love the president of Puerto Rico. I I'm gonna get off this podcast in a little bit, and we're gonna listen to some Bad Bunny. Yeah, Bradley Cooper in his stupid plain black suit. Boo!
Like, it's been done.
Yeah,
It's been
boo.
done.
Pete Davidson looking like a crook. Boo!
Okay, so, like, oh my God. Why am I blanking on her name? Harry Styles' ex-girlfriend.
Olivia
Wilde. I was like, why is this girl looking like she's wearing, like, a whole freaking violin on the front of her dress?
You want to know something really funny?
What?
You want to know something really funny about that?
What?
So, okay, do you know about the the process to getting into the Met Gala?
I don't know anything about that much at all, to be honest.
The editor-in-chief, I'm pretty sure she's the editor-in-chief of Vogue, Anna Wintour,
Okay.
she approves the guest list. Every person that is at the Met Gala gets approved
Okay.
by Anna Wintour. And in addition, what they are wearing is also approved
Okay.
by Anna Wintour.
Gotcha.
Olivia Wilde wore that white dress,
Yes.
right?
I didn't like it.
Okay.
Not just because I don't like Olivia Wilde, but
Margaret Zhang also wore
right, I did see that.
the
I saw that
same
picture.
exact dress to the Met Gala, which means both of these got approved by
Yes.
Anna Wintour. And I know it's the Harrys online that dislike Olivia Wilde, but they are immediately like, oh my God, Anna has it out for Olivia Wilde for approving her
my
to wear this
God.
dress when Margaret Zhang was also wearing this dress.
But when you look at them though, side by side, to be totally fair, it's different looks.
I mean, they are different because fucking Olivia Wilde is wearing Wonder Woman cufflinks.
I was like, I don't
Margaret
like it.
And Margaret Zhang is wearing a cape. And I think Margaret Zhang looks so cool.
I just
wearing
think it
this
looks
dress.
cleaner in the black, to be totally honest.
Like,
it looks so nice.
yeah. And like, with the photos that I have up, like, side by side for us, Olivia Wilde's dress, it's got, it's a white dress. It does look like there's like a violin in the middle of it.
That's the first thing I noticed. I was like, why is this woman wearing a violin?
And then the dress kind of just like cuts off at the end.
Yeah.
Whereas Margaret Zhang is wearing basically the exact same dress but in black.
No bangles.
No
Wonder Woman
bangles. Yeah, no Wonder Woman bangles. But she like the dress kind of flows a little bit more, and she also has this sort of like train, like
It's
she has
cool.
like a train and also has like a cape and all this stuff, and she just looks so fucking cool, which is why this makes me laugh so hard. It is the exact fucking dress. I screamed. I was like, oh my God. Like, you can't compete. And then Margaret with her, like, bright blue hair, she just looks so cool.
She just looks cool.
And then fucking
Olivia's just like, hey,
Olivia.
I'm here.
Olivia. Like, damn. I would not. If I found out that I was wearing the same exact dress as somebody else at the Met Gala, I'd go home.
Oh, right?
I would go
It's
home.
the Met Gala, bro.
Like, I'll wear the same shirt as somebody. I don't care. I'll go to somebody and say, where did you get that shirt? And then if they tell me where it is, I'll buy that shirt myself if I think I look good in it. Fashion is fashion.
Exactly.
At the Met Gala.
At the Met Gala,
That'd
which
be like
is synonymous with fashion.
That'd be like fucking Lady Gaga's 16-minute entrance thing. That'd be like if fucking James Charles showed up and did the same exact shit. Maybe James thought of it first, but Lady Gaga was doing it too. If I would go home. I'd go home and die.
Be like, just get me out of here.
Literally. Oh my God. So, do you have, like, of all of the looks available, do you have one that's like your ultimate, like, number one favorito favorite
Like my ultimate favorite.
for the entire night?
I mean, I'm just scrolling through the last few of them just because it's like some I've looked over, others I haven't so much. But like at least out of the ones we've talked about, like honestly, like Cardi B and Anne Hathaway are up there. If I'm being completely honest, just for my personal favorites. Those are probably like a couple of my top two. What about you?
I would say one that we didn't talk about that is probably my top favorite is Conan Gray. So Conan Gray wearing like this head to toe, like he's got like the pearl like
that
embellishments
so cool.
all over. He's got his like fan. And I love Harry Styles. Conan Gray does what Harry Styles tries to do.
Oh shit.
Conan Gray does what Harry Styles tries to do, and I love that for Conan Gray. I'd say another like all-time, I guess not all-time, but like overall favorite would probably be I think Maya Hawke is up there as well.
Oh yeah, with like her little white fluffy train number.
Yes. I thought hers was so nice.
It just looks cozy, honestly.
Right.
Like, I don't know if it's just the pose of the photo, but I'm like, it just looks cozy to me.
Right. And I think my number one, because I haven't stopped thinking about it since I saw it the first time, my girl Anne Hathaway. Hathaway for Hathaway. Speaking of being gay, hey guys, thank you so much for joining the 18th inaugural episode of the Between the Fridges podcast. Amanda, do you have anything that you'd like to drop before I close this out?
Hey guys, so if you want us to talk about anything cool or have topics that you think are cool, send them our way at the Between the Fridges email at betweenthefridges@gmail.com. Yeah, so I enjoyed talking about random topic of Power Rangers today. That's kind of my rough draft. So if you got anything you want us to talk about or anything you think is cool, send it our way. Let us learn about things that we're not really knowledgeable about. I think that would be cool because you know what they say, knowledge is power. So there's that.
And the more random ass knowledge that I know about, the more that I could take on fucking really bad Hinge dates and be like, hey, did you know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? Well, anyways, yes, thank you guys so much for joining us today. If you haven't already, feel free to follow us on Instagram at Between the Fridges. Give us a 5-star rating on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you leave us a review, we will read it on the podcast.
I'll give you a shout out.
Unless you're mean.
Don't be mean. Bullying is lame.
Because I'm a 30-year-old sensitive woman who can't take being mean.
Don't be rude.
So yes. So, with that, thank you so much for joining us today and every week. My name is Carly.
My name is Amanda.
And we will see you all next week. So, I had Twitter pulled up a second ago because I was like, oh, like just in case I need to have something close out. Like something to close out. I can pull up Twitter.
Yeah.
And the first thing that showed up was a picture of a lion that says, "You're ashamed to shit, but you still shit."
Okay.
Alpha male quotes.
No.
Ooh, can we talk about that next week?
Alpha male quotes?
Can we talk about alpha males?
We absolutely can.
That's it. We're talking about alpha males. My favorite is